let's say binigyan tayo ng task, add a new feature sa, let's say, inventory system na ginagawa natin. And yet, in-add natin yung feature, tapos merong bug. And then, we debugging yung issue, but then hindi talaga kaya, and yung deadline is bukas. Paano kaya ninyo i-tackle yung problem na yun?
Welcome to Kaka Computer. For today's episode, we'll be talking about mastering the art of debugging and testing. Alright, so first question, why is debugging such an important skill for developers? Boss Rod, can you start?
Sige, ako mag-i-start, no? Sa akin kasi, if you really want to become a software engineer or software developer, one of the most important skills na dapat meron ka is debugging and testing. Why? Kasi paano mo ma-understand yung mga errors na meron ka if hindi mo siya kayang i-debug? Paano ka magawa ng application na hindi ka nag-worry or confident ka na nag-work talaga yan kung hindi mo siya na-test? So, it's really a part of being developer na nagde-debug talaga tayo every time we're building an application. So, that's why it's one of the required skills na dapat meron tayo ng mga developers. Ikaw ba, Franz?
Yeah, I completely agree kay Boss Rod, no? Actually, 70 to 80% of the time, you're debugging rather than coding and implementing the solution. So, most of the time kasi, when you write a code, syntax, I don't know if it's a word, but syntactically, it's correct. But then, merong runtime error, merong mga syntax error. So, yun yung mga most of the nami-miss ng mga developers. Usually, kapag baguhan pa lang, minsan walang semicolon or more of a technical errors na nami-miss nila. But in terms of debugging, it's more, doon papasok yung critical thinking. Yeah, medyo cliche, lagi natin sinasabi, critical thinking is the most important skill of a developer, which is, it is, 100%. But the way you debug will make you stand out sa ibang developers. So if you, let's say, kaya nga merong hackathons di ba? So doon natetest yung skills mo on how you solve a certain bug or paano mo siya susolusyonan. And Sir John, meron ka bang idadagdag?
Siguro, let's probably hop on the next question. How can developers stay calm and systematic when dealing with difficult bugs? Ayan.
Boss Rod, may mga techniques ka ba na pwedeng i-share?
Sure. Sa akin, pinaka-technique ko, pagka nagde-debug ako, wala console lag.
Yung parang console 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tingin ko dito nyo malalaman kung anong level na ng developer. Kung nasa junior level pa lang ba siya or nasa senior na ba siya or nasa mid na ba siya, paano siya mag-debug? Pagka nasa console lag, meaning parang mala senior na siguro yan kasi wala nang time for breakpoints.
Totoo.
Pagka mga junior or mid, yan possible na nandoon sila kasi inaaral pa lang nila paano ba yung mga best way, diba? Best way to debug things. But for me, in reality kasi, at least in my opinion, the way I see, the way how I debug is just printing the actual thing. But there are some tools na ino-offer basically when you want to really debug something on your application. For example, if you're using a React, there is a Google extension that you can use which yung React Dev Tools. Na makikita mo doon ano yung mga props, ano yung mga state, and so on, ano yung mga components, and so on. So, and then makikita mo rin dyan, pwede mong i-highlight yung tipong every time na may mag-render and every time na may mangyari doon sa application mo, may magpapakitang parang mga boxes na eto nag-render to. So, ayun yung mga isang part na mga tools na pwede mong gamitin when it comes to debugging. But as a whole, hindi ako masyadong gumagamit ng mga dev tools. only for React DevTools pagka nagpa-frontend ako. And sure, the Tanstack query, if you guys are familiar with Tanstack query, ito yung parang remote state management for querying. So it's good na meron silang mga ganong klaseng DevTools. And yeah, I think console lag lang, and then yun yung pinaka parang for me, one of the best thing, I think. Or pinakamabilis.
Okay, sige.
Sa front end.
Magbigay tayo ng scenario.
Ayan.
Let's say, binigyan tayo ng task. Let's say, add a new feature sa, let's say, inventory system na ginagawa natin. And yet, in-add natin yung feature, tapos, merong bug. And then, we debugging yung issue, but then, hindi talaga kaya. And yung deadline is bukas. Paano natin, or I don't know, your approach ninyo, paano kaya ninyo i-tackle yung problem na yun?
Okay.
Which is yung deadline tomorrow, and then maraming naghihintay ng feature.
Sa akin, on a manager's perspective, you have to be totally honest to your manager or your team lead or something like that. You have to escalate it. Hindi pwede yung deadline na, deadline na po, hindi ko po nagawa. Ganon. And most of the, of course, technical team leads, they can really understand even debug. For example, I'm a co-founder as well. I've technical background. Actually, yung mga tao ko, pag nabablock sila, may showstopper, hindi nila ma-debug. Minsan ako nag-debug eh. I'm paying for it, pero I'm paying for a salaries, but I'm also doing it. But that's okay, no? But the most important thing is you have to be honest and tell it to your boss, to your colleague, to your... Huwag kang mahiya kasi if you don't tell it early at na-miss yung deadline, and those are real deadlines, and it impact your customers.
Yes.
That's a bigger thing.
Sa akin siguro, pinaka-quick siguro is first, identify kung, gaya ng sabi ni John, identify if kaya to or not. If kaya, I think the thing that I will do first to have a confidence is to implement a test. That's the very first thing that you can have a confidence when building a features. Kasi pagka nag-build ka ng features and you don't have tests, that means you're not that confident because hindi mo alam kung na sakop or na-cover mo na ba yung different kinds of scenarios, edge cases ng specific feature na yon. Yun, I think pagka may mga part na eto kaya natin tong i-deliver, but we want to make sure and we want to be confident, implement a test. Unit test, integration test, it doesn't really matter, basta may testing.
Yeah.
So, yun.
Ako naman, siguro yung approach na isi-share ko dito is on a higher level. First, like sinabi mo, i-check if kaya bang tapusin. And then, let's say for example, hindi talaga kaya. Me as a developer, I need to communicate it with the manager as fast as I can. Kasi mahirap yung i-communicate ko na siya. Siguro, let's say, hours na lang yung natitira. And yet, kailangan nang i-release yung feature. So, first things first, communicate it with your manager. Huwag kayong mahihiya kasi at the end of the day, yung client yung magsasuffer kapag hindi natapos yung feature. Regardless kung paano at kung sino ang gumawa, as long as it is ma-deliver, yun ang importante. So, kung if you're a developer tapos nangangapa kayo and hindi nyo kaya na matapos yung isang feature na ginagawa, ask for help. Always ask for help kasi most of the time yung feature na ginagawa mo, ginawa na nung katrabaho mo, hindi mo lang alam kasi hindi lang nag-share yung katrabaho. So, mabilis mo matatapos yun kapag, let's say, pair programming, something like that. And then, communicated it, and then eventually, if hindi talaga kaya yung feature, merong workaround. At the same time, yung client din kasi yung magsasuggest ng ganito na lang gawin natin para mas madali para sa'yo. Kasi if hindi talaga kaya and we are running out of time, syempre, isipin ng client na kung ano yung fastest way to do it. Diba? So, I think it's time for sponsor na.
Oh, sige. So, let's talk. Let's thank our sponsors for today's podcast. Yan, see? Coffee Lancers with drip
Yeah.
coffee. Ayan, saka yung cold brew nila. So, Coffee Lancers is a mobile coffee station for corporate events and life celebrations. The flagship product is Nitro Cold Brew Coffee. Ayan, nakita nyo sa ating harapan ngayon, brew coffee. The cold brew method results in a stronger, less bitter, and less acidic coffee, which makes it suitable even for people who have hyperacidity. The other products include bottled cold brew and drip coffee for customized labels to match the theme of the event. So thank you, Coffee Lancers. Okay, let's move on. With the advent of Gen AI, how can we use these new tools for testing? And probably what advice can you share to our fellow developers in leveling up their debugging and testing skills?
Yeah. Ikaw, Boss Rod.
Like
Um,
AI,
sa
either
AI,
Copilot
no?
or
Ah.
Amazon Code Whisperer. Or
So, since ang dami ng mga LLMs na nagsilabasan, nandiyan dyan sila ChatGPT, sila Claude, sila Gemini, and so on. The good thing with them is if you're starting learning about testing, is you have a lot of tools to use, especially the AI. I mean, they can give you a lot of good things, but syempre, it's still LLM, no? It will always gonna be depends on the context and so on. So we don't want to 100% rely to it, but what we want on the output of LLMs, especially if we're asking for the testing, is the foundation or the general idea na sinasuggest nila. Kasi ito, siguro sabihin ko na rin, no? In my experience work before, no, hindi ako talaga anti-unit test ako. So parang yun yung parang pinaka ko before. Pero after ilang years ng pag-work sa IT industry, and I have this specific experience na ang hirap niyang i-debug pero sobrang simple lang nung ang kailangan mong gawin. Pero kasi ang hirap niyang i-debug kasi sa UI ang dami nangyayaring interaction and so on. So parang tumatagal yung testing mo kasi nga inihintay mo pang interaction ng mga UI bago matapos. So nangyari is, ang ginawa ko noon is nagawa ko ng unit test. And then, nung nag-aaral ako mag-unit test, is sobrang helpful ng AI. Kasi nga, wala akong idea pa, or hindi pa ako ganun kalupit mag-unit test before. And sure, hindi pa rin ako ganun ka sobrang lupit, pero I'm still there, I'm getting there. And when I'm trying to create a unit test, nagki-create ako ng prompts na tipong, can you generate a different kind of scenario, possible scenarios of this implementation ng code ko? So parang ganun ko siya ginagawa, and then nagbibigay siya ng scenarios, and then hindi naman siya 100% na pagkabigay ng output is correct na lahat. Pero nandoon yung idea na mga possible scenario na gusto mong possible mo na i-test, mga edge cases and so on and so on, which it's really a good thing.
Can
if
you share it
mag-aaral ka.
specifically? Is it on the Mocha testing
No,
platform?
it's Claude. It's Claude,
Claude,
and
okay.
I'm using Claude, and
for
then
React
for
front end.
yes, for both. So I'm using both. I'm using Vitesse or Vitesse for both back end and front end. So they are really a good testing tools.
So Claude automatic din siya mag-generate ng
Claude.
unit test for you.
Yeah, so
for
parang
your
pagka
framework.
nagbigay ka ng context sa kanya, magbibigay siya ng code ng React, magbibigay siya ng code ng back end na pwede mong gawin, and then gagawin mo is i-modify mo na lang kasi nga hindi siya exact dun sa pinaka how the test to be implemented. Pero yung the scenario, it's very useful.
Okay.
Kasi parang nilista niya yung mga scenario na possible. So parang gagawin mo na lang, change mo na lang yung mga ginawa niyang implementation, how to test it. So parang ganun. That's good.
Bro, France, you want to add?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of AI kasi, since lumabas yung ChatGPT, nagbago yung the way I develop, I build software, I build websites, nagbago siya at like 360. Kasi instead of I'm focusing on the syntax level, on the very low level coding, umangat siya to the higher level. Kasi like parang yung perspective is iisipin mo yung proper way how to approach a problem instead of how I can code the problem. Kasi merong big difference eh. Iisipin mo yung solution pero ita-translate mo yung solution sa code.
Right.
So, yung ChatGPT, tinanggal na niya yung process ng pag-translate mo ng solution into code kasi siya na yung magta-translate ng solution na naiisip mo. So let's say if I don't understand the problem, I just ask ChatGPT like, explain this problem to me like I'm 5.
Mhm.
So I
Right.
explain niya 'yon na para akong bata, which is I really don't understand kung ano ba yung requirements nung product or nung feature. And then from there I will ask, if you are going to develop or build this, how do you gonna approach it? And then magsasuggest yung ChatGPT. And then syempre meron akong own judgment eh. If kung siya yung ganun yung gagawin niya. Pero meron akong own judgment.
Yeah.
If I were gonna do this, I will do this that way. So i-merge ko yung
Idea mo.
idea ko and idea niya, and that's how very productive yung ganong klase ng process ng pagde-debug or pagde-develop. And since this AI thing na dumating sila, never na ako nag-code from scratch. So parang
Perfect.
actually may mga features na ngayon, drawing mo na lang yung web page tapos i-upload mo doon sa ChatGPT, gagawin na niya yung code
Mhm.
di ba? So from there, hindi ka na mag-iisip ng from very low level. Doon ka na sa problem
Higher.
solving in a higher level na parang that's how you approach it.
Sa akin, looking back
Alright.
sa almost 7 years na ako nagpo-program. Even I launched my own business. Nagko-code pa rin ako basically. So I started as a Java developer. Yung mga unit tests, may JUnit, tapos may mga Selenium testing pa and everything, right? So nakita ko yung move talaga. Kasi totoo naman there's certain trade-off in testing and debugging or what have you, no. And sometimes you don't even need a testing at all. For instance, it's an internal tool. Di mo na kailangan sa damakmak na testing.
Yes.
O unit testing,
Yeah.
integration testing or smoke testing man
Yeah.
yan. You don't even need to do a lot of testing in my point of view, no. Pero of course, for mission critical applications, 100% yun. Dapat meron kang unit test,
Yes.
mock test and everything, right? Integration test, importante yan if you have downstream calls, there are different APIs and everything. I'm just happy right now in the state of things right now. Kasi dali lang eh. Diba? Sayo mo nga, Gen AI changed the way you develop. Same as with us, right? Even in of course, a founder's perspective as a businessman, I don't even have to pay.
Ito ba? Hindi. Ito, pwede ipasok sa atin, pero just a quick one. Would you consider an AI versus a junior developer as a employer?
Actually, what I usually do, no, I usually even hire interns and then junior developer like, one of my guys. With the power of Gen AI, ChatGPT on their hands, they can even produce mid-level or even senior level output.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
At a fraction of the cost.
So parang mini-merge mo sila?
Mini-merge ko siya.
Okay, that's good.
Yes. Even at times, to the point that I don't even hire. I have a feature here. I'll just use ChatGPT or Visual Studio Code and everything like that.